Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Destination Divergence. I see we have Felicia joining just in time.
Hi.
Felicia, rather. Um, so that's good. So we have one of our players will be joining us a bit late, but they are here to listen in for now, which is fine because hopefully we won't be getting into combat right away. Anyways, um, as a short recap, you all began on the train last session. You spoke to the barkeep, Tap. You gave him the passphrase, and he told you some things, answered some questions. Said you need to go get a spell shard for him from the cargo hold that he had detected, but was unable to go get himself. On your way there, you encountered a lot of automated security, some animated armor, and some clockwork constructs, some things of that nature. You vanquished them. It took a bit. They were pretty tanky, but they weren't all that dangerous, and you managed to pull it off. And that is where we will begin tonight. So, in the corner of the room, from the box that a couple of you noticed was glowing, um, the glow is getting a little bit brighter now that everything else has been destroyed. It's more noticeable now that there's not as much movement in the room, not as much going on. Pretty much all of you have seen it at this point. It is also notably the only box that matched the same type of the other boxes that all the armor popped out of. There's various other cargo scattered around the cart of other sizes and shapes, but this is the only one that matches. What will you do?
Okay. So first thing, before anyone tries to grab the box, Carrick goes, "Hold on. Before we investigate this box," and he pulls out a wand. Let me try something. And he is going to use his wand of secrets and expend one of the charges to and you can use an action to expend one of its charges, and if a secret door or a trap is within 30 feet of you, the wand pulses and points to the nearest one.
All right, you do get a pulse coming from this box.
Okay. I believe that this box is trapped.
All right.
I agree.
Would anyone like to attempt to disarm it or investigate the nature of the trap?
Milos takes a 10-foot a 10-foot couple of steps backwards away from the box just in case.
I am not skilled with traps.
Well, if no one wants to check it out, I can.
Jost is gonna start rummaging through the automatons looking for scrap parts and say, "Call me if you need something broken."
Fair enough. Carrick is gonna then try and investigate the trap and figure out what the deal is.
Okay, so investigation then. Go ahead and make me a roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna run downstairs and grab my dice.
All right, cool.
Oh shit!
In the meantime, Drost, you find what you can figure to be about 35 gold pieces worth of scrap metal from the various. It's mostly like bronze, things of that nature. It's all clockwork machinery. There's the crystals that were there that were kind of how we're powering all of these automaton were shattered upon them dying. But there's still armor there. The armor might be valuable. The pieces of the clockwork might be valuable, but they're not in the best shape now.
Okay, I'll just take the scrap metal.
There you go.
I got a 21 investigation.
All right. As you look around the box and you peek through the areas that there's glow coming out of, you notice just a thin wire connecting between like the lid of the box, which you find to be the lid of the box based on the hinges, down beneath it. And as you kind of lift up the edge of the lid slightly, you feel tension on the line, but it doesn't pull anything or snap, so you kind of hold it there. The lid's about maybe an inch and a half open at the moment.
Okay. Can I use my thieves' tools to disarm it?
You may attempt to.
All right. I rolled a plus dex plus proficiency would be I rolled a 13.
Oh, just make it. You as you are slowly popping open the lid and kind of getting your thieves' tools in there, trying to find the source of the trap. It actually triggers for just a second, but you immediately stick your thieves' tools right in where the tension was being held, and you manage to stop the trap from fully triggering. And now the box is open.
Close one, but we got it, guys.
Yep, we did it. Inside the box, there's like purple cloth kind of surrounding a glowing shard. It's a dragon shard with some inscriptions on it, and you recognize this to be a spell shard.
Can I read the inscriptions?
Yes, it is in some kind of code you don't immediately recognize. You can attempt to discern it, but with I'll say a flat intelligence roll if you like.
Sure. Is it in common though?
It's in common, but it's some kind of like cryptic message.
16.
16.
Great intelligence check, right?
Yeah, straight intelligence check. That's right.
16.
All right. You can pick out a few words here and there that you think you figured out. You see crossbones again. You see some mentions of strangers, things like that. But you're unable to completely read through the entire note as it stands.
Okay. So yeah, I'll be like, I think I found our quarry.
Perhaps it is time to leave this commotion.
Dross will take a look at it and say, yes, I've worked with these before.
All right.
Sure you have.
So I take it then you all will move back to the lounge car?
Yes, probably.
I don't hear.
Any chance I can identify what that is?
You want to take a look at the shard as well?
Yeah.
Make
Yeah,
me
we'll
a.
hand the shard over to you.
All right, make me a flat intelligence check.
Ooh, that's a 13. Okay.
Okay, no, unfortunately not. You're able to make out a few of the same things as Karik, but you can't completely
I'll
read
just
it.
nod and say, yes, it is magical.
You got it. So if I don't hear any more objections, I'm assuming you'll return to the lounge cart.
Yes.
All right. Upon arriving, the barkeep Tap sees you walk in, and he says, you survived. It couldn't have been that bad then. I'm glad that turned out well. I wasn't entirely sure how much security they would have set up for this. But I knew I certainly could not have handled it alone, so thank you. Did you manage to get the spell shard intact, or were there any troubles on the way?
I will... Oh, you go ahead.
There were 4 automata, humanoid automata, and a clockwork dragon.
I see.
But yes, we did recover the spell shard.
It's very impressive that you all managed to get through those defenses. I'm glad I picked the right people for the job. May I see the shard, then?
I will hand it over.
All right. He reaches beneath the counter as you hand it to him, pulls out a few tools, a few wands, even more wands. He's got so many wands. He's got wands everywhere, in his arms, under the bar, everywhere. He starts casting, ritual casting some spells, and a few minutes later, he is able to decipher the note for you all. And the note says this. My friend, when you get this message, act quickly. You need to find the lightning rail the shipment came on before it departs. Specifically, learn the identities of its passengers and have them watched. Our canary pointed this train out as a meeting spot for the heretics. I had our gearhead friend set up defenses for this note. I hope they are enough. I will arrive in passage in 3 months from when you get this. Take your time and do not act hastily. They cannot know we are on to them. Best, A.H.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Tap is not pleased by this information either, as you can see pretty clearly. Tap, I was just reading over the chat as well. I had that closed. Yes, Neko is a perfect name for a for a Steel Defender. Anyways, Tap is not pleased by the note either. It is even worse than I feared, he says. they are onto us. They know this location. I'm probably going to have to find another train or at least lay low for a while, but I don't really have any other options for now. I have to arrive there. They know I'm coming. But perhaps all of you could leave the train before we arrive, jump off the train and make your way to passage separately to avoid more suspicion.
Is the jumping strictly necessary?
Not necessary so much, but I mean, I know these people. They're I don't know this AH specifically, but I know that we've been investigated by a particular organization that used to investigate war crimes during the last war, but now that the last war is over, they've been trying to investigate the Mourning specifically. And they think that us strangers here, us followers of the Traveler, are to blame somehow, and they're chasing us. So they will... It's needless to say they'll have many people watching this train's arrival, and they will make note of whoever arrives on it and have you tailed, based on this note.
Who was this note intended for?
Perfect. What I needed. More people following me.
Yes. This note was intended for a branch of this organization, who I still do not know the name of, but I have found similar notes, so I know they are chasing us. Who else would the heretics refer to in this situation, unless there's more secret meetings happening on this train? But a branch of them must be in passage waiting for us, which is unsurprising considering how much travel goes through passage.
Interesting. Well, what is in passage for us? You mentioned we'd still have to make our way there even if we jumped off the train.
Yes, there is an important task for you, which you've all proven that you're strong enough to do it, I believe, or at least you have the potential to by defeating that security. There is something underground that we have become aware of. I don't want to speak of it here, knowing that this train has been completely compromised, but yes, there is something underground that we need investigated, and it's very ancient, and it has lots of ancient defenses rather than man-made defenses. Well, I mean, they may be man-made. I haven't looked at it myself.
Wonderful.
But it's not a particularly friendly place. And we need some great warriors to actually help us get down there.
What are we to do once we arrive in passage?
Once you arrive in passage, you will seek out a bar in passage, similar to this one, but not on a train. It will actually be in the station that this train arrives at. And you'll give the same passphrase there. There will be another Warforged similar to me there. Also named Tap. We were kind of mass-produced at one point, actually, as House Orion had us all commissioned.
Commissioned on tap, huh?
Yes.
Nice.
Drost ask, where is a good place to jump?
Well, let me pull out a map here, and I'll show you where we are. So, this is a map of the local area. We are currently at the bottom, near the bottom of the map here.
Is the yellow line the lightning rail?
Yellow line is the lightning rail, and that's relatively where we are right now.
I'll go ahead and look out a window and see where we are.
Yeah, so the very bottom of the map here is kind of where you are located at the moment.
Okay.
Now,
So we see the Eldritch Groves to our left and
Galt's to your right, yes.
How far down is it?
Well, the train will arrive by morning. It may take you, I don't know, a little under a week's travel if you go to normal pace on foot. That is following the roads, though. If you go directly there through the Eldritch Groves, you might shave off a couple days, but the Eldritch Groves are, what you might say, high risk, high reward. Very dangerous, but they might be rewarding. There's a lot of mystery there and a lot of many rumors of great treasure in the Eldritch Groves.
I would prefer going away with fewer people.
I was more of asking how far off the ground is the train altitude-wise.
Oh, not far at all. I mean, might be maybe an 8 to 10 foot drop. It's more the speed of the train that you might have to worry about.
Hell no.
It's unlikely to kill you unless you land on your neck, but I think you'll be all right.
Is there a door in the train car?
Yeah, between the train cars, as you would have seen this before, between the cars, they're not like perfectly sealed together. There's kind of a gap between every car with a little walkway, like a normal train. So you could just kind of leap off the side of one of those.
Any chance we can wait a couple hours before we jump off?
You could.
Save us some travel time.
You could maybe end up near Galt is what I would suggest actually. If maybe arriving late in passage and not getting there, a couple days after the train would make you even less suspicious. Maybe you could spend even a month or so in Galt. There's really no rush on this task we have for you. We just had to select this date because we needed to line up with a specific train going through so that you could all meet here.
I see. So probably the earlier we get off the train, it's kind of.
You could wait until we're near Galt. You could dip into the Eldritch Groves.
Yeah.
In fact, if you go to the Eldritch Groves, you might shake off anybody that was following you from the train if that were to happen. I don't think it would, but if you were trying to be as safe as possible. Then again, I don't know if you can really call going to the Eldritch Groves safe.
I'm willing to brave them.
Is anyone else in favor of the Grove?
I am, definitely.
I'll
just put my hand up.
All right.
Don't let go of the Grove.
Fantastic. I'm glad we're in agreement.
All right, the Grove it is. So really, you could hop off any time then if you're looking to go to the Grove. Loop your way back towards Galt and then take the roads to Passage when it's convenient.
What time is it right now? Oh, it's like the middle of the night right now.
It
right?
was midnight when you met, and so it's probably close to 1 at this point. And maybe 12:30.
What is the estimated time of arrival to Passage from where we are now?
On the train?
Yeah.
I'd say we'd reach there maybe 7, 8 in the morning.
Okay. Yeah.
We should probably just abscond now.
It's up to you. I do have some rewards for you for helping me with this task at the moment, though.
I like rewards.
Yes, don't we all? Tap reaches beneath the bar and pulls out just a bunch of bottles, even more bottles than you've seen before, and he just starts mixing like crazy. You swear you see a third or maybe a fourth arm at some point, but he's moving so fast, it's hard to tell. Definitely at least 6 wands involved in the process, though. And as he finishes, he slides a bunch of bottles to you. 6 of them are of the same deep red color, almost like blood, and one of them is the familiar bottled lightning you saw before. Each of you may add a regular healing potion, and then you get 1 bottled lightning for the group to have. You may distribute that to whoever you want.
All right. Thank you.
Well, it's the least I could do. I mean, I can make these things in this quick of time. Why not reward you for what you've done for me?
Fair enough.
Shit, how do you add this to your inventory?
Yeah.
If you go
Working on it.
If you go to equipment and then there's a manage equipment button, there'll be a searchable tab that comes up on the right, and you can then add things there.
Oh, okay.
Who wants to hang on to the bottle of the lightning?
What does the bottle lightning do
Oh,
again?
we each got 1, I think.
One lightning for the party, and then 1 healing potion for each of you. So the bottled lightning gives you +3 to initiative rolls and passive perception for an hour.
I see. Okay.
Wait, why the fuck?
But we all got 1 potion of healing, right?
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
much does it
Whoever wants it, really.
Personally, I'd give the monk the bottle of lightning.
And that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Hey, Lemmy, are you still driving?
Yes, I'm just wondering how much does the potion heal for?
1d4 or 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, and I'll add that to your character sheet for you.
Yeah,
Once
thank
you're
you.
still driving.
All
Sure.
right, when I go potion, I only
So it
see
heals for
greater,
4 health.
superior, or supreme. What the fuck?
It's potion of healing and it's white.
Yeah, it's just called Potion of Healing. Sorry if I
It's
missed
just
the point.
potion of healing and it's white.
Are you on the Beyond character sheet right now, Karen?
Yeah.
I can add it to your character sheet as well if you.
All right. Yeah, because when I look up Potion of Healing, I'm seeing Greater, Superior, and Supreme. But
Do you have
not-
magic item checked?
It should be one that's like regular with no like parentheses next to it.
Yeah, when I look at it,
I just
all
added
those
it.
other ones are italicized.
If
And
you refresh your page, you should have it now.
Okay.
Should be in your equipment.
Equipment. There it is. Yeah. Okay.
All right,
Cool.
good.
Thanks.
Sure thing. All right, so is the party jumping then?
Yeah, I'm ready to jump
I
off
guess
train
so.
where everybody else is. I'd say
and
I'd say as soon as we get just a little bit past Galt, we jump.
I agree with that.
Sure.
So a little bit past Galt, and then you'll take a dip in the Eldritch Groves, and then pop back up to Galt across the way?
We'll pop back up to Passage, yeah.
Okay, so you're going to go to the Eldritch Groves and then directly to Passage.
Oh, hold up.
Oh, are we stopping at Galt? I missed that.
I think it's kind of up to us.
It is up to you, yes, at the end of the day.
Plan of trying to arrive later than expected, I
Uh,
love to avoid.
something potentially of note as well, how much food do you all have? Because I don't really serve food here, so I can't offer you anything by the way of
Oh shit!
rations or things of that nature.
I have
Yeah,
10
one
days of
day.
ration.
I think I've only got
I
one
haven't-
day of rations.
Yeah, I have
My adventuring gear.
Oh, then a trip to Galt for to stock up may be in order then, because you'll need at least 7 days of rations at a normal pace.
Shit.
I mean, we could always try and hunt some animals. In the
You
woods.
That's always a possibility.
Not consider this.
Well, in that case, I do have a mess kit, so I can cook for people if necessary.
Yeah, I actually am a little bit of a chef myself.
But we don't have an Outlander,
Self-taught. But
do we?
Another member of the another chef. I see. I don't cook so much as make drinks, but I mean it's culinary arts. I can appreciate that. I
Wait.
Yes.
Do we know what Lemmy's background is?
think he was soldier.
Fuck. All right.
Sorry.
I'm in it for soldiers.
All right. What did the bottle lightning do again? I'm sorry.
Plus
Plus
three.
three to math,
Yeah.
perception and initiative.
Yeah, I think that was an item. I think I homebrewed that and actually added it, so you should be able to add it.
Yeah, I was able to search for it.
I just made it.
Okay, as long as you've got it, then you've got it.
I think that should do it.
All right.
Fuck. Cool. So yeah, jumping at.
So you're gonna jump like right there, basically.
Yeah, we can jump by Galt if that's what. If we want to stock up before we hit the Eldritch Grove.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could hit both. Why not, right?
What's that?
You could hit both. Might as well. You've got 3 months until AH, whoever he is, arrives in Passage, and the investigation becomes more intense.
Wow. Imagine being an adventurer and being unprepared for adventuring.
Well, you expected to take a train all the way. You're kind of surprised to find you'd be jumping the train.
Yeah, I pack light. Go easy.
Yeah, but considering I have to pack up and leave at a moment's notice.
All right.
Like could say some of us are actually packing.
Oh God, why did I come here?
So,
Alright, well,
are you all ready to depart then, or will you stay a minute more and rest? Or, I suppose you're waiting for the perfect moment to jump. Then, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I could wait for a short. I could do
Okay.
a short rest so
Yes.
that I can pop my arms before I jump.
I will allow a short rest while you wait to arrive by Galt.
Alright.
Sweet.
do I get to Sorry, I shouldn't be asking this, but do I get to recover anything? Any like
There's
spell
a-
slots and whatnot?
You can roll hit dice.
Yeah, there's a short rest button on D&D Beyond that'll do everything relevant for you. And then as well, you can roll your hit dice during that, and it'll bring up like your hit dice charges and all that stuff.
Cool.
Where are hit dice on our sheets?
I think they're actually in the short rest section for whatever reason. Like when you bring up a
They
short
are-
rest, yeah.
When do you recover hit dice?
At the end of a long rest.
Oh, okay.
But you only recover half of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, if you spend all of your hit dice, it would take you 2 days to get them all back. But if you spent less than half of your hit dice, you get them all back on that one day.
Yep.
It's half your total, not half your expended.
Right. All right. So you come to the end of your rest. You are approaching Gald. You can see torchlight in the distance. You know, it's not super bright, but there's a few magical sources of light you can tell. They're a little bit brighter, a little bit, maybe sparklier, if you could say that, off in the distance on the horizon. And on the opposite side of the train, looking out the window, you can see a very dark forest, like even darker than the night around it. It is pronounced darkness. And that would be the Eldritch Groves. So, who will be jumping first?
Joss will look around and say, "Does anyone need help jumping?"
Oh, I hate to say it. Please, Drost. I'm really
All right.
frail.
All right, Dross is gonna kind of wrap his arms around you and kind of lift you up off your feet, and I'm just gonna fucking book it and jump off the train.
All right.
I'm gonna try to shield Faye with my body though.
Okay. Make me an acrobatics check, Drost.
Acrobatics?
Acrobatics. You're trying
That's not what I'm good at.
You're trying to land off of a very fast-moving vehicle.
That's okay. It was a
Take the
19.
wheel.
Wait, Jordan, isn't my guy good at acrobatics? Or
Probably.
something along the lines?
We'll see. I forget. I'll check that. But Drost, you got a what?
That's a straight 19.
Straight 19. Okay. You take 2 bludgeoning damage. You did very well there. You kind of landed on your feet pretty solidly and kind of jolted a little bit, but you landed it. You stuck the landing. So not much at all. Felicia, you take nothing. You were fine.
I'm just gonna coyly look up at him and say, "Thank you, thank you."
He's gonna look down, being this close now, and say, "Are those real?"
Yeah.
Oh
Do you want to touch him?
no! And he's gonna put you down.
All right, who's next? Train's moving.
I'll
Necker,
hop
I'll just fucking dash. Run and jump.
All right,
Damn.
I think the monk will probably beat you out here, Carrick. So go ahead and make me an acrobatics check.
Ooh, nat 20. 24.
Oh, you tuck and roll, you take no damage.
Fuck yeah.
All right, Carrick, you're up.
I'm about to jump off, and then I see this man just fucking do a 3-point landing. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna hop off and try and use the gust cantrip to break my fall.
All right, make me an acrobatics check at advantage.
Alright.
This is gonna be my only nat 20 of the night. It's gonna suck.
Ooh, that was a 2.
A 2 at advantage.
That was a little better. So I got a, what do you say, acrobatics?
Yes.
Yep.
I got a
I didn't hear you cut off there. What?
9.
9. Okay. You jump off the train, use the gust cantrip, and you kind of hover off the ground for a brief second, but it kind of throws you off balance a little bit. You don't quite land as you intended to. You take 5 blunt damage on impact.
Nice.
So you kind of, you don't quite fall prone, but you stumble quite a bit when you land, and you kind of scrape your arm up a little bit, and hit your shoulder on the ground, and get back up again.
Not what I expected. Come on, Patch. 9.
Okay, make me an acrobatics check for Patch.
Good boy. You got A 16.
16. Okay, he takes 3 blunt damage on impact. So his legs kind of buckle a little bit when he lands, but he doesn't fall. He's fine. Who's up next?
Well, guess that's
Cast
me.
mending on him.
All right, make me an acrobatics check.
Let's see, that's 20 plus 2. So,
Oh, you rolled a 22?
no, I have to.
Oh, a d20. Gotcha.
Yeah. 8.
Okay. You take. Ooh, you stumbled quite hard when you landed. You take 10 bludgeoning damage
That's
as you
Oof.
land.
Sorry,
You actually
guys.
trip and fall flat on your face as you impact off this train, not expecting the speed of landing at all.
Perfect. And I'll have Neko follow me off the train.
All right.
Like a lemming.
And basically, so that is dexterity, so it's d20 and then plus 1. 14.
All right. You take. Neko rather. Neko's a cat. She does all right. She takes 2 blunt damage on impact. Again, not expecting the speed of the impact so much, but only expecting the distance. But she doesn't fall. She's fine.
Oh.
Alright, and I'll also cast Mending for Neko.
All right. Who is left? Is it just Nala left?
Is it?
Is it just you left, Lemmy, or is anyone else still waiting? I think that's it.
Everyone else.
I
jumped.
can roll for you, Lem. So
All right, thank you.
ooh, pretty good, pretty good. All right, you rolled a 16. You are going to take 1 blunt damage on impact. So Nala actually jumps off the train, and just does the 3-point landing with the knee and the fist on the ground and all that. And there's actually like a slight ripple as the weight of Nala hits the ground, the dust kind of rises slightly.
Big boy.
Yeah. All right. So you are now off the train, and the train speeds off in the distance, and it is gone. You kind of take a second to regroup because you're kind of scattered from the movement of the train. But you're now together. You are right between Galt and the Eldritch Groves. Pretty much right there. So are you going to make a camp for the night? It is pretty late. You will take exhaustion if you do not. But you can also start moving towards the Eldritch Groves first. Maybe get away from the rails. Kind of up to you guys.
Well, we're heading to Galt first,
Heading
right?
to Galt first. Okay.
Does it look like we'll reach it within that hour?
If you go at a very fast pace, you could probably make it by maybe 3 in the morning. I'll give you an exhaustion point on the way there, but you'll recover it during the rest.
Nah, might as well just rest.
I think we're honestly. Yeah, we probably should just rest.
All
I
right.
would
rush.
love to rest.
So maybe make slightly away from the roads first, and then
Mm-hmm.
set up camp somewhere.
Yeah, set up camp.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
find good cover.
Sounds good. Who is going to take watch?
I've still got my energy drink all up in me, so I'm going
Okay.
to take the first round of watch at the
There you
very
go.
least.
The totally not monster of this world, yes.
Yeah, no. Kojima approved.
You'll find Red Bull later. It'll be fine. All right. So is everyone else resting? It's a solo watch? Or are you going to do
I
2 by 2?
can take a second watch.
I would love to be able to get my own rest here.
I mean, are you going to go 2 by 2 or 1 at a time? What's the layout here? There's 6 of you, so you could theoretically do 3 watches of 2 people, and all of you get 8 hours.
That makes sense.
Sounds good to me.
All right. All
Trust,
right.
don't watch with me.
Sure, I guess I'll watch with you.
Okay. One of you may make a perception roll with advantage, or you may both make separate perception rolls for me.
Are we going first?
That's what it
Yeah,
sounded
you
like to
guys
me.
are going first.
Yeah.
I think I have a bonus right now, don't I, from my adult
Oh,
beverage?
on your passive.
I'll let you add it. I didn't think about that. I'll let you add it for the watch. I feel like that's
All
fair
right.
enough. Sure.
Feel free to take advantage with that then. You seem a little jittery.
I'm feeling jazzy. Did you say take advantage?
Yeah, because Drost is giving you the help action.
Oh, okay.
Cross is just taking advantage of you.
Ow, balls.
Not yet.
I've got limited real estate here, I'm sorry.
All good, all good.
Okay, I rolled the same thing twice. 11 plus... What's my drink modifier?
3.
Plus
Three.
3.
Okay, I got a 14.
All right. You don't notice anything for this first watch. It's a pretty calm night. You know, you can see again the trees in the distance are very looming. They almost seem even darker than before, but you can't quite tell if they're actually darker or if it's just a trick of the mind. Off in the distance, Galt again is just shining up at night with the light of a small city. It's not a very large place, but there's not a lot of nightlife there, but it's at least lit up to keep watch. And that's all you really notice during your watch. Who would you two like to wake up?
The next group.
Let's get Milos.
Yep, you can. All right, so Milos is up, and who else? I guess Dross gets the pick.
Yeah, your choice.
Milos, and let's do... Ooh, I don't even have everybody's names written down. Carrick.
All right. 2 artificers. Again, one of you may make an advantage roll, or you may both make a separate perception roll. Up to you.
Let's do our own.
All right.
Okay. Do we roll perception for our steel defenders as well?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Sweet. I got. Nope, that's a 9.
You got a 9.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
My steel defender got an 18.
Oh, okay.
I'm too busy smoking and talking to Milos to worry about it.
Well, I've got a 23 and Neko's got a 20.
Okay, you guys are very confident that there is nothing out there right now at the moment. You're very, you can tell your steel defenders are tuned up very well to be able to spot things, spot dangers. It's what they're built for, and they're not responding to anything. So you think you're pretty safe. And the watch passes. And
You think
you may
you're
wake
pretty
up.
safe.
Oh, you always think you're pretty safe. You can never guarantee it.
You think.
So I believe the last 2 will be Nakareth and Nala. I will roll for you, Lemmy, if you're not home yet. Or you can give Nakareth the...
Yeah, I'm just turning I'm gonna turn my PC on there.
Okay.
I feel like you should give me advantage because I got a +5, and before my watch, as my watch starts, I'll drink. No, I'm not gonna drink the bottle of lightning yet. But yeah, I have a +5, I think.
All right.
Wait. Oh wait.
Does that sound
No, I
reasonable
was
to you, Lem?
thinking insight. I still have a +3. Good enough.
Does that sound reasonable to you, Lem? Would you like to use the help action?
Sure.
Okay, cool. Go for it.
Okay. 21.
All right. As your watch begins, and maybe an hour into your watch, dawn breaks. The light comes up over the horizon. The forest still looks dark, but it's definitely not as dark as it looked before. You can tell the night definitely was having an effect on it. It wasn't just a trick of the mind or anything. So, you see nothing. Nothing has approached you this evening. Maybe you can tell all the wildlife might have stayed a bit far away from the lightning rails. They are generally a lot of noise, generally a lot of magic energy. It's just not great for nature. So, nothing has attacked you this evening. You all awake from your long rest at this point. It is mid-morning. None of you can really tell the exact time, but it's like mid to late morning. You did take a 10-hour rest or whatever pretty late in the evening.
Okay. Yeah.
And you are maybe half a day's journey from Galt at a normal pace. Are you all going to maybe consume rations now, or would you like to go hungry for a little bit until you can get to Galt, maybe get some fresh food? What's the plans here?
Oh, The plan is to get more food anyway, so I'll just have my rations now.
Okay. Anybody who wants to eat now may do so.
I assumed I would have eaten last night after I got off the.
Sure, you can do
Or,
that.
before.
That works. We'll roll that into today. That's fine.
All right, I have a confession. Would it be normal to like start a character with some rations on you? Is that something I just completely neglected to do? Because
A lot of the backgrounds will give you rations and things for that.
okay,
Like in your an explorer's pack or a dungeoneer's pack, things like that will give you rations. Just kind of depends on what you picked for backgrounds, things like that.
okay,
You could have bought them, yes, but it's not. I mean,
okay.
like I said, the background of this was you're expecting to be on a train, so it's kind of normal to be surprised and not have travel supplies.
Mhm.
All right, I got no food then.
You can either try to mooch off somebody, or you can eat when you get galts in a few hours.
Can I make like some sort of check to just look around me and see who looks like they're really packing in the foods?
Sure, give me an insight roll.
Oh, nat one.
Okay. You look around and everybody looks like they have a lot of food that they're just not giving you. Yeah, that's what the situation looks like to you.
I'm literally just gonna kind of crouch like my knees into my chest and just look sad.
Oh. All right. Anybody
Garrett
going
will
to?
walk over and be like, "Oh, well, this is the morning, and he already ate his dinner."
Carrick reaches into his pouch to offer something, and there's no food.
Also grouching because he has no food.
I just look up at Carrick and a single tear rolls down my cheek. How could you do this to me?
A tear mirroring yours.
Is anybody going to help the sad boys over here? Like, what's going on? Or are y'all just going to start traveling? Yeah. All right, I don't hear anybody jumping in to help, so I guess you're just going to go.
I'm hungry. That's fine.
Let's
I
go.
apologize. I have no food to give.
Oh, you can restock when you get there. So
Yeah.
you begin your journey to Galt. Are you gonna move at a fast pace or a normal pace, slow pace? What's like a stealthy pace? Kind of what's the idea here?
Would it be normal for people to arrive in the middle of fucking nowhere in Galt? No,
Well, I mean, we can walk onto the road and then.
Yeah, you can do that.
If you're Galt.
Anybody who wants to can make me a perception roll as they look at Galt.
18?
All right.
Any of us, or just one of us?
Anybody who rolls above a 15 will be able to see what I'm about to say.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Well, Nikarth, you can see just off in the distance, your eyes are very sharp, and you can actually see that Galt has a wall around it. It is a walled town, so you're probably not going to be able to approach it from any angle, even if you wanted to. You're going to have to come in through a road.
Through the gate, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, yes, I suggest we move towards the road so that they see us coming from the road. They are well defended, it seems.
All right. So you're just going to travel at a casual pace then, I assume, if no one has any other objections to that?
Yeah, I think so. They're going to see us a million miles away. Try not to draw
Garrett
attention
will
to
finish-
ourselves.
All right.
Eric will finish working on a new bag that he's working on and then say, "Yep, I'm ready."
All right. Everybody's finished packing things up. You start walking along, and as you get closer and closer to Galt, you start to see some farmland scattered here and there that you hadn't noticed before. It didn't really stand out because, not very large buildings compared to the big town. Well, relatively big compared to farmhouses. And in the fields, you don't see people. You see tools. Tools moving on their own as they cultivate the crops, plow the fields, plant the seeds. It's all just animated constructs. Some of them are machinery. Some of them are just floating tools. Everything is magical. In fact, at pretty much every farm, or within a certain distance of every farm, you see a stone tower. probably some kind of wizard tower, but you can't know that for certain without visiting them. But you can tell that this area is very, very magic-based. You know, everything is magic here. It's just the way Galt works. And as you approach, you arrive on the road.
Farms.
Yes, big farms. Small buildings, because they don't need a lot of helpers.
Mm-hmm.
You arrive on the south road from Galt, here, and you begin traveling north. There's not a lot of visitors to Galt, you can tell, because there's not much traffic on the road. You only pass a couple strangers here and there, but no one that even really bothers to say hello. They're all just kind of going about their normal daily business. They maybe give you a nod, but it's not very much foot traffic on these roads, even though it appears to be a pretty major road, according to the map you saw earlier. You arrive at the gate, and a soldier stops you. He says, "Halt! What is your business here? You're all merchants? What's the deal here?"
I feel like we just tell them the truth. We're travelers looking for some supplies. Then we'll be on our way.
Venture into Eldritch Groves, yes.
All right, very well. Well,
Wait, who's the face of our party? We need to establish that right now.
That's gonna be me.
All right.
Wait, does anyone else have like balls high charisma?
Nope.
I have a charisma of 8.
I have 18.
All right, so why don't you go ahead?
Like 10.
All right. The guard offers you. He says, "Well, if you're new to Galt and you might want to see around the town while you're here, perhaps I can sell you a very simple spell shard-like device that has a map on it, if you would like. If not, and it would be 5 gold pieces. I could give that to you for. It's a very simple device."
I would indeed like one of those.
All right, that'll be 5 gold pieces from you, Dross.
Would I? Okay, never mind.
Sorry, it's already been said.
I wanted to haggle that motherfucker.
Drost is to the point. Drost, will you share this map with the party, or are you going to keep it and make everyone else buy their own?
It's mine.
Of
course I'll share.
All right. As Drost brings the shard to you, you see a small hologram pop out of it.
What area is it a map of? On there, or it's just a map of Galt?
Yep.
Oh, that's
Right
bullshit.
Well, that's what he said. Just a map of Galt, so you could see around. I didn't put any labels on that, and for that, I am sorry as the DM. But there are labels on the map in in the game, and I can just tell you where things are. I was too lazy for that. So you look around. He points out a few things to you as you're looking over the map as you're arriving. But specifically, he mentions the one inn in town is called the Brass Bolt, and it's located right here. Wait. Right there. That is the Brass Bolt, and that's where you'll be able to find lodgings and food and drink. They'll be able to get you around town as well if you'd like. They'll tell you where everything else is, and maybe you could take a tour, or maybe you could take a look at the notice board. If you're looking for work while you're stopping through, maybe make a little coin. There's always some tasks to be done. But anyways, welcome to Galt, and I hope you enjoy your brief stay, or a long stay. You know, we always could use more visitors here. There's not been many travelers since the war, unfortunately. And he you can tell he's kind of keeping this conversation going. He's obviously very bored at this post. Anyways,
Thank you. We'll be on our way.
all right. Well, if you have any more questions, you can always stop by here. I am happy to answer things. And he opens the gate, waves you in, and you are now in Galt.
All right, Dross, where's the fucking market? I am starving.
Dross is gonna hold the crystal up over your head and say, "Get your own."
I will jump for it. Don't make me.
I'll hand it to him.
All right. You looking for a place that will sell you fresh food or rations?
Rations.
Rations. Okay. There is a general store right up here.
Okay.
It's literally just called a general store. It's very plain. You can tell, it's not a lot not a lot of people buy very mundane things around here very often. Yeah, it's not a very exciting thing, so they just kind of get it over with, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. How much is... Do they have any... Okay, I want to go to someone and say, hey, what's your price for a ration?
I forget off the top of my head, but it's the standard player handbook price. Hold on.
I would like
That'll
to...
be 5 silver pieces per day of rations.
Okay.
I'd like to bargain for a value pack of 10 at once.
Okay, so as you enter the general store, you say, you encounter the human male owner, Abe Bentley. He seems to be a very quiet man. Again, probably very bored in this place. And he speaks in a very low voice. He's not very exciting. His name is Abe Bentley. How may I help you, travelers? I've not seen you in town here before.
Hi, we're new in town, and I've been out of food. I'm so starving, and I don't want to end up in this position again. And I'm hoping I can get a healthy amount of rations from you. And I've just been really low on coin, and I'm hoping there's some sort of deal we could work out if I could buy a bunch.
A bulk order, you say? Okay, well.
Yes, sir.
How much bulk are we talking here?
I wasn't ready for that. Was we talking bulk? No.
How much girth are you willing to have?
Yes.
I would say at least 2 weeks worth.
All right, so 14 rations.
Yes, sir.
He kind of ponders for a minute and looks at the ceiling for far too long to really be doing any real mathematical calculations. And he looks back to you slowly. All right, how about this? You give me 5 gold pieces, and I will give you 15 rations. I've got so many of them sitting here, I might as well just start selling them for cheaper.
Sir, I really appreciate it. That sounds great. It's a deal.
Any of the rest of you need anything while you're here?
I need the same.
You need some rations.
Yes, please.
All right, you want the same deal then? Some bulk buy?
Absolutely.
Are any more of you buying rations here? You want to make an even bigger bulk order?
I have many rations, so I will just take one.
Just take 1 ration. Okay, that'll be 5 silver from you. 5 gold from you, Nikarth, for 15 rations.
So I have cook's utensils. Is there a way for me to just buy like supplies to cook meals for like a week? For like
Sure. So for like fresh food for like a week, are you going on baseline nutrition? Or are you going for some fancier stuff? Trying to eat well with your tools, or are you just trying to get by?
Food for a week.
All right, we'll say since you're cooking it yourself, it's not pre-prepared, pre-packaged food, all that. It's just the raw ingredients, and it's nicer than rations. We'll say you can make 3 days off of 2 gold pieces.
Okay. So I'll do like 6 gold pieces worth.
All right, very well.
So it's like 9 days.
All right, he pulls out a bunch of, like potatoes, carrots, things like that. Some smoked meats, various things you could prepare some food with. Yeah. Some spices.
He tries to hand me spices, and I go, "Thank you, but I'm all set on the spices."
All right, so he puts the spices back and just adds even more potatoes to your pile.
Thank you.
I just whisper under my breath to Carrick and I say, "Do you not season?" Fine.
I have plenty of spices, don't worry.
Oh, all right. Okay, out of character. I have an herbalism kit. Is that something that I can get like materials to brew potions with?
I think you'll need alchemy supplies for that, but herbalist kit can be used for gathering the supplies for the alchemy supplies, things like that, or even selling
I see.
things of that nature. Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
So, for example, if the rest of the party needs a rest and you don't, you could perhaps take some time, try to gather some herbs, things like that. It's always an option. All right. Anybody need anything else from the general store? He offers you some rope. So I've got all this rope here, and people just don't seem to need rope these days. I'm trying to sell it forever, but with all the spells going around, it's crazier than normal. There's you see all those tools in the field out here. It's unnatural. It's
is that a
you see
recent phenomenon?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, it is actually. Ever since the war, they've been really cranking up all this automated magic, something like that they call it. I don't really follow it. You can see on his wall there are many, many farm implements, actually, that are covered in dust, as they just have not been touched in a while. You see, he motions to them, and he says, "You see, they don't actually need handles on the farm implements they use in the fields now, so all these ones that already have handles on them are useless to me."
Well, that is unfortunate.
Yes. Oh.
It's an unfortunate side effect of the times. I'm so sorry.
Yes, well, if you need anything else, I'm happy to do more business with you. No.
I'm gonna just dig my elbow into Dross' side and just be like, "Hey, get some of the rope."
I'm gonna go ahead and check out the bounty board outside.
Okay. So you're leaving the store then?
I'm just gonna turn around and walk out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone else leaving the store?
I'll join for some bounty board observing.
Okay. Is anyone staying in the store?
I will say thank you for the deal ration.
Oh, you're
Perhaps
very welcome.
is there perhaps anything you might need in the Eldritch Forest? What was it called?
Eldritch Forest.
The Eldritch Groves, yes. Oh,
Eldritch Grove.
all of that is far above what I'd be willing to sell around here. I believe in objects you could really hold on to and dig in with. They're very. I believe people call it mundane, but I think that's a dirty word. It doesn't describe what I like at all.
Well, I offered.
Yes. Well, thank you for the offer. I do appreciate it, but I'm really looking more to sell than to buy at the moment. Not much business around here.
Well, then I was just thinking you could probably use a more diverse portfolio, perhaps.
Make me a persuasion check.
Oh shit!
Can I help him with this?
If you say something to help, then I will let you help.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Abe, you have such a charming shop here, and I wish there was more I could buy, but I really do see the value in expanding a little bit, especially in this small town.
All right, you may either each make separate rolls, or Nakarth, since he was the first one to speak, may roll with advantage.
We're making separate rolls.
Okay.
I have a +0.
Yeah, I'm rolling here. Oh, well, I got a shit roll.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, it can't be worse than mine.
I got
Literally cannot.
Net 10.
Well, I got a nat 1 +0.
He kind of he kind of gets angry at you for just a second, Nakarth. He kind of glares at you, and he's definitely not happy with you, especially since he gave you such a good deal moments ago. But then,
sorry, I meant no offense.
Then Felicia's words come in and soothe him a little bit. He's no longer angry, but he says, "Thank you for your suggestions, but this is my store. This is my father's store, and my grandfather's store before him, and his father's store before that, and we only ever sold these things, and I do not want to challenge that."
Okay, it seems times are changing. I was only trying to help.
Well, thank you for your unsolicited advice. And
I understand.
he ushers you out of the store and closes the door.
That's fair.
We'll be back, bye.
Nope, I ain't going back there.
How do you add a random item that's just not something that you can search for?
If you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the equipment section, there's an other section there, and it's just a notes thing you can edit. The bottom of the equipment. All the way down past your magic items and all that stuff.
Also, if you go to equipment, manage equipment, you can add custom items.
Yes.
Which can be anything you want.
This is true as well.
Such as Map of Galt and Scrap Metal.
Yep, may do that. D&D Beyond is handy.
It's real good.
So are we all at the notice board then?
Yeah, what's
Yep.
on the notice board?
All right. There's lots of scattered notes that are of little interest to you, but maybe of more interest to a gossip. People who found others' possessions, or actually town gossip itself, which is why it'd be interesting to a gossip. Although really nothing particularly juicy in that section of things. However, at the bottom there are more prominent notes that are in much more colorful paper. That you can tell they're made more to draw attention than to just be a note for somebody else to pick up later. And these are the work offers. So,
Are there any offers that are a job in the Eldritch Groves that requires delivery to Passage?
Make me an investigation check.
Ooh. 20.
20. You look through every single note in a flash. It's actually kind of impressive to everyone else in the party as Dross just scans by note by note by note by note and just kind of points at each one of them and then sighs. And no, there are nothing that specifically requests you enter the Eldritch Groves and go to Passage.
Okay.
However, with such a high investigation check, I was actually going to make somebody make a perception check for this, but you do see a note kind of slightly trampled in the mud and a little bit burnt at the back of just behind the notice board.
I'll go ahead and pick that up. Is it in common?
It's in common, but it's kind of burnt and you can't read all of the words on it. Make me an intelligence check to see if you can kind of fill in the blanks a little bit.
Oh boy. 21.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Hot damn.
Boy!
He's on a roll. So, this note is definitely hard to read, but you can kind of make out a few things here and there, maybe enough to find the contact at least, who you find the name to be James Berker, Berker.
Okay.
There's, a few words here and there. You pick out the word vampire, the word undead, and the word plot.
Yikes.
That's exactly what I wanted.
But otherwise, you are unable to determine the rest of the note or the specifics of it. And make me, if anyone wants to, who is seeing Drost hold this, you can make me an insight check on this note.
I want
Yes.
to do an insight check. Fuck yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, 14.
I got a 9.
18.
All right.
Damn you,
Cat
plus
gets
5.
18.
What did you get in the card?
14.
14. Okay. Felicia is the only one to notice, or the only one to pick up on. It looks like this note wasn't an accident. It wasn't accidentally hidden in such a way. It seems, rather, it was an accident that it was able to be found. It seems very intentional that someone was trying to destroy any evidence of this note by burning it and throwing it away. Seems maybe just a stroke of unfortunate luck for whoever was trying to hide this note, that it fell in a puddle of mud and extinguished the flame.
Ooh, okay. So I get Drost's attention. I say, like, they were definitely trying to destroy this. This is secret. This is interesting. I'm like getting excited about it. Like,
Yep.
do you want to look into this?
Are there any guards around?
The guards are mainly at the gates for now. There's one guard here, which is, you can tell, is a very ornate building. It looks kind of like a temple. You're not sure to who. There's a few guards stationed outside there. And then this building here as well. Looks, with the number of guards around it, is likely some kind of town hall.
I'm gonna point at the town hall guard and say, "Do you want to ask that man who this James Berker is?"
Yes, I do. So I'm gonna compose myself and walk over to the guard and say,
first off, are you all moving as a group over? Because you're over, the notice board is by the brass bolt here. So across the plaza here. So are you all going to move as a group over and let Felicia just be your face, or is Felicia going to move off on her own?
I was gonna send Faye by herself.
Yeah, I would like to go solo.
Okay.
I will actually tell people like wait here. I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Trust understands what his strengths are.
I will sit and
In the
guards-
meantime, I'll read over the rest of the jobs.
Okay. I'll get back to you on that in a minute. The guards, you can tell, are kind of, like everyone else in this town, a little bored. They're not really paying much attention. They're kind of playing with some dice on the ground. They're not drinking on the job, but you can tell that they want to be. As you approach. And as you approach, one of them looks up and narrows his eyes at you. Can I help you, miss? What are you doing here?
Hi, sir. I'm just a traveler. I'm new in town.
Oh, welcome. We love travelers here. Travelers are great. We need more of those.
And I was just, I've heard some rumblings. Are you familiar in this town with a James Brent? Pretend I got the name right.
Okay, yeah. So James Barker, if you want to note that.
James.
So as you say that, his smile and welcome appearance immediately flips, and he kind of tilts his nose up at you, and his eyes narrow even more. He straightens his back up. He says, "I would advise you not to dig into things you know nothing about, miss." And are you gonna press for more, or are you gonna?
Yeah. I'm gonna say like very innocent, like I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend. I've heard some, I've heard some scary things said about this man, and I just, being new around here, I wanted to know what to watch out for. And should I roll for that?
Make me a deception check with advantage because of your feet.
Thank you. That's a 12.
A 12. Okay.
With advantage?
Yeah, rolled bad.
God damn.
He eases up a little bit. He is no longer in a very straight back posture. You can now see that he actually had his hand on his weapon, that he just kind of very very stealthily did before, but he drops it to his side. It's okay. Well, I'm sorry to snap at you, a traveler, as we really do need more of you around here, and I apologize for my for the way I'm treating you at the moment. But you really must understand this is not something you should be digging into. This James Barker, he's a dangerous man, you see, and we actually have him locked away here in the jail. He's I cannot allow you to speak with him. That is all I can say on the matter. Otherwise, it is considered a secret. My superiors would not be happy with me.
Okay, sir, I understand. I'm so sorry to press, and thank you for letting me know. I'll be on my way.
All right. You have a good day, and be careful around here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And then trot back over, and just go like, "Yo, this dude's in jail." Yeah. I guess that guy was not happy. I guess James is a bad dude.
What'd he do?
They didn't say. He got his hackles up as soon as I said the name. But I know he's imprisoned right in town. So that's something.
It's certainly something.
Yeah. Would you all like to go to a tavern somewhere more private and discuss this further?
Sure. What else did I see on the board?
Sure. The only other really obvious job that kind of appealed to you, that jumped out at you, is actually a note from Abe Bentley, the man you met only minutes before. He is searching for a thief. that he believes stole an heirloom of his, a family heirloom that was kept in the back of his store. He does not specify what it was, but he says that he is willing to pay a significant amount, and he'd consider it a great favor to him and his family if he could find it for him. Or rather, find the thief, but that's only preferable. He will also accept just finding the heirloom if you can.
It's not a golden claw, is it?
The note doesn't say.
Holy shit.
Okay, sorry about that.
Are you?
Alright, let's go to the tavern.
All right,
Let's
so
go get a drink.
you all head over to the Brass Bolt. Galt isn't really large enough to have need of duplicates of a lot of the common storefronts, things like that. So there's only one tavern, one inn combined in one building, and that is the Brass Bolt. On your way from the general store, you pass right here. There is a blacksmith. You can mostly tell because of the loud sounds coming out of it. But otherwise, it looks like a fairly normal building. Maybe, perhaps the blacksmith is actually behind this building. But out front, the sign says the Brass Chain. And that will be right next door to the Brass Bolt, actually.
Excellent. So we can
Sorry,
wake up
what
to the
was-
sounds of a hammer hitting an anvil.
Yes, exactly. Many hammers, actually. It definitely sounds like a very impressive smithy. There's kind of a rhythm to it, almost, actually, and it's strange. It's not. It doesn't sound natural. Anyways, you enter the Brass Bolt. It's pretty empty this time of day. It's mid-morning. It's not a lot of drinking or eating going on, and probably all of the patrons of the inn are out on business. But there are a few people in the room. The first thing that really strikes you when you enter, though, is the impressive collection of alcohol behind the bar. There is so many bottles you can't even count them. They're all different colors. There's no duplicates among them. It is quite crazy. And then right in front of that, you see a lot of mugs being washed by floating hands. These hands are mechanical looking in nature, and they're all hovering by some kind of magic and washing most of the dishes just automatically. The barkeep is sitting there, kind of twiddling with a few things, messing with a coin and with her fingers, things like that. And she is a gnome at the bar. In the corner, there is a female elf who has a dark cloak up, and there is a male human reading a book on the opposite corner, who hasn't ordered anything at all. The female elf has a bowl of porridge in front of her. Otherwise, it's empty. It is a 2-story building. You can see the staircase up next to the bar leading up to the second floor. Otherwise, it's not like an open balcony on the second floor or anything.
What time of day is it?
It is mid-morning, late morning, perhaps.
I will ask everyone else. Do we want to stay a day or move on?
Well, what's this about a letter, or what do you want to do about this letter?
Do we
I
want
wanna
to
look into this
take these
further.
jobs?
What's
All
that?
right then. Let's plan on one day, at least.
You can always start with one day, sure.
I agree.
Okay.
In that case, I will walk up to the bartender.
All right.
Say, excuse me, may I have a room for the night?
Oh, greetings! Welcome, travelers. That's one room for all of you. How many of there are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 rooms, 1 room. What are we doing?
I mean, 3 rooms would probably.
I can
be-
share.
3 rooms of 2. What's the plan?
Y'all don't want to do triplets?
It would be 1 gold per night for each of the single rooms, or 1 gold, 5 silver for a double. Or if I could get you 1 room for the 6 of you, I could get that to you for just 4 gold pieces.
Joss is good taking his own room. I
All
would
right.
like my own room.
All right, that'll be 1 gold piece. Just for the night, or are you staying longer?
Just tonight for now.
All right, thank you very much. And she reaches beneath the counter. She kind of flings a few things out behind her, as she's scavenging through all the items under this bar. And she pulls out a key, examines it for a second to make sure she's got the number right, and she hands it to you and takes your gold piece. Pleasure doing business with you.
Who's gonna room with me?
Nakarth will. Sure, why not? You seem the most quiet
All
of
right.
all of the rest of our companions.
That'll be 1 gold piece and 5 silver pieces from you both for the room.
All right.
Breaking the facade. Okay.
All right. She, again, rummages around, a little bit shorter this time, because, she probably found some things this time. Pulls out another key, kind of blows some dust off of it, and hands it to you.
So that's 15 silver total?
Yes.
1 gold is 10 silver?
Yep.
Here, I'll
Alright,
take
so-
I'll take the flat gold. You just give her 5 silver.
Okay.
Thank you, miss. And thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your business. For the rest of you?
Milas will flip the bartender a gold piece and say, I'll take my own room.
She reaches up to catch it, and it actually bounces off her fingertip onto the bar and rolls a little bit, and then she scrambles to grab it. And she says, "Oh, okay, thank you." Reaches beneath the bar again, and almost immediately pulls out a key this time, as she's getting the hang of this again. You can tell maybe it's been a bit since she's had a lot of visitors. Hands you the key. Says, "I hope you enjoy your stay."
How much is it for 1 room?
1 room is 1 gold piece.
All right, and he hands her a gold piece.
All right, thank you for your business, sir. And she again pulls out another key, hands it to you. And you, the last Goliath standing there, would you like a room to yourself as well?
Sure.
All right, that'll be 1 gold piece from you.
One question: do I have to go to my DnD Beyond to get rid of that 1 gold, or how does that work?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a gold inventory there. It'll be under your equipment.
Just click on the currency under equipment, and then you can add or remove whatever.
Currency.
Yep.
Those were the best goddamn instructions I've ever heard.
So wait, so where is currency?
Under equipment, and the bottom right big block. There'll be a bunch of tabs like actions, spells, equipment, and then
And if you click on the actual currency amount, it'll bring up a pop-up where you can adjust it.
Yep.
Okay, I'm at the main page right now.
So you're gonna want to go to
D&D
character.
Okay, character.
So if you go to creations, my characters,
My
then you can bring
character,
up your
okay.
character. Yep.
Yep, and then view.
Yep.
Okay, and then what?
And then in the bottom right, there's a big block. It'll have actions, spells, equipment, all that stuff on the top of it. If you click on equipment, and then on the top right of that, there will be a currency section. You can click on that, and then you can edit your
I'm
currency
rich. Okay, and then I can
Subtract
just
1.
say 1 and then remove.
Yep.
All right, cool.
And she takes
Thank
your
you.
gold piece, and she flips the key at you. All right. Six rooms all in one night. We're almost full, actually. That's good. That's good for business. Good business. And, she begins putting things back under the bar that she had thrown out before. Can I get any of you some food? Maybe some lunch? Do you like anything to drink? Maybe.
Hungry.
In a little bit.
Yes.
I would like a drink. A very strong drink.
Oh well, we've got plenty of strong drink here. And she kind of gestures to the wall behind her. Would you like wine? Would you like ale, or perhaps something stronger?
Stronger.
All right. She reaches back. She can tell you just want the strong stuff at this point. She grabs a black bottle from the side. You can't even tell how full it is. That's how black it is. She uncorks it, and the cork is actually a different color on the inside, like almost like it's a little bit corroded. She pulls out one of the freshly cleaned mugs and just pours out of the bottle. You can all smell it immediately. It is so strong. She pours it into this cup, and she hands it over to you. It's one shot. She'll take 3 gold pieces from you.
I'll hold it for a second and be like,
Would you like some ice with that, or are you just going to take it to her?
this smells like paint thinner.
Yes, that's...
Fuck it. Take it.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Alright. Alright, here we go. 10. Flat.
Okay. You're not like knocked on your ass drunk, but you are almost immediately feel a buzz and the numbness kick in, and you can tell that's probably not the end of it because it hits so immediately. It burns your throat like a motherfucker. But you managed to not cough or anything. You hold your composure. You did all right.
Wow.
All right.
That looked fun.
Was that good, sir? Did you enjoy that? That's my home specialty here. We brewed, me and my husband.
It certainly does the trick.
Oh, good to hear that. Good to hear that. And she kind of scribbles on a notepad and puts it back.
I imagine it tasted like NyQuil, though.
Oh, it was. You almost couldn't taste it. It would hit your tongue, and your tongue just went numb.
You start going blind a little bit. That's
he did all right in his con save. He did all right, so he doesn't quite go blind. But
Yeah, he just went fuzzy in one eye.
yeah, just a little bit.
He just rubs his eyes and goes like, I think I shall retreat to my room.
All right. Well, for the
It's
night.
mid-morning.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
For the day, that
Okay.
I don't care. I'm just gonna sit and meditate and get my buzz on.
I'm gonna tap Faye on the shoulder.
Hi.
You want to do job?
What
He's-
kind of job?
He's holding up the job posting as he says this.
The muddy
I
one.
do.
Yeah.
Dross, make me a perception check.
Perception check. Ooh. I don't know where. 19.
Okay, good. As you hold up that little piece of paper, the minute you bring it out, or the instant you bring it out, but only for an instant, you see the female elf in the corner just like slightly move. She's been almost motionless this whole time. But
So
it's a
I did
very
mean,
slight movement.
I meant the one with the shopkeeper because I wanted to do that one first.
Oh!
But I didn't
Fair enough.
specify it,
You
and
did
I
not.
did pick up the first one, so this is actually fair.
Okay. Well, free information, you're welcome.
Well, thank you. What does the elf look like?
It's kind of hard to tell at the moment. You can only kind of see a brief bit of her face coming out. You can't really see her ears even. It's mostly just the angular features of her face that give away her elven nature. But she's wearing a dark cloak covering almost the rest of her clothing. Otherwise, I mean, it's really hard to tell from this distance. She's just kind of calmly and slowly eating this bowl of porridge.
Oof, I am not good at being quiet or sneaky. I'm gonna wait till later to bring this up.
Wait. Can I roll perception to see if I notice Dross notice something?
Yes. Make me a perception check or an insight, your choice, and Drost, you make me a deception check.
Oh, I'm so good at deception. Holy shit.
My insight check was a 15.
Ooh.
I nat 20 in my deception.
What's your bonus though?
It's a -1.
Okay, so
You fucker!
so Felicia, you do not notice anything.
Dross, what about the job? I was gonna get a drink, but I do want to go into that.
Let's go talk to shopkeeper. Ask about family heirloom.
Oh, all right.
I'm more interested in the other.
He's gonna kind of pat you on the back and push you outside a little bit. It's mid-morning.
Okay.
It's too early for drink.
Oh, okay. I just go out with him.
All right.
Carrick is gonna follow.
All right. Anyone else? I'm assuming everyone else, unless I hear objections.
Yes, I'll follow.
Except
Isn't Kieran in his
Nakarth.
room?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Nakarth
thought
has
he
retreated
went to
from
bed.
us.
So yeah,
Imagine going to bed drunk at 10 a.m. What the fuck?
This is boozy meditation. I'm jealous.
Wait, I got a question. Are
you
there
know,
like,
it's been a week. You just don't know.
are there foods that like heal you or no? Or rest?
I mean, there can be, but it's mostly You when you rest, you heal, things like that. We did take a
like
short rest
how
earlier.
much?
We took a short rest and a long rest earlier, actually. So if you want to, you basically just hit the long rest button on D&D Beyond, and you can just
Okay. All right.
And then there will be a take long rest thing at the bottom. You have to click it twice for it to confirm. But yeah, I'll go through the thing. It'll heal you up and all that. Otherwise, there's healing spells, potions, things like that. When you take a short rest, you roll hit dice, and those are consumable, and then you recover half of your hit dice on a long rest.
Okay,
But
I
we'll go
did
that
long
way.
rest, and
Sure.
I'm still the same hit points.
Okay, go ahead and...
You've got to click the confirm button again while it's counting down.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Because I counted down, and then when the timer ran out, I clicked it again,
Oh.
and again, and again. All right.
There we go.
Once we get a couple buildings away from the inn, I'm gonna stop everybody and say, "Elvish woman inside looked up when I showed this," and he's gonna brandish the paper, but much more sneakily.
Okay. Make me a stealth or deception check, your choice.
Dude,
You're in
neither
public.
is good. Stealth, it is. That's a 7.
Okay. You don't really Josh just kind of reaches into his pouch with his fist and just pulls it out and holds it in front of everybody. It's not the stealthiest.
I'll just pass it to
Okay,
Faye. Here
there
you go.
All right,
I don't want this anymore.
You have the Burton notice. So if somebody could make a perception check, I don't care who. It could be all of you if you want.
Oh, okay, just roll.
Go for
Oh,
I do like perception checks.
It was not a good roll.
that is another nat 20.
All right,
So-
Frost.
That
You-
puts me up to 22.
You are not
16.
confident in your stealth, but you are glancing around, head on a swivel. You look all around. Doesn't look like anybody saw you, anyways.
Which is also very obvious because I'm very big.
Yes, you are. From your heightened vantage, you can see the entire plaza very well, and yeah, not even the guards are looking at you. They're back to their dice game. It's a quiet morning.
That person might know something about this posting. We should be careful.
Oh, careful, or should we look into it, big man?
No, look into it carefully.
Yeah, I might have a way about that. Why don't you give me the paper?
I did already.
Okay, that's already out. I got
Yeah.
it then.
Yes.
I wanna get everyone's consensus on this, but I may stroll back in there and try to share a drink with our friend with the porridge and see what I can find with her.
I will not be there.
That's
will-
fair.
That's for the best.
I will
Wait.
investigate missing item.
I've never seen your character like shapeshift, right? I don't know your change.
No one knows I'm a changeling. No one knows that
Okay.
my name isn't Felicia. I know you've been calling
Cool.
me Faye, but I'm
All right, cool.
translating it.
That's Saturday, isn't it?
So is everyone kind of letting me do this?
Yeah, I don't see why
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can actually probably just split up, honestly, because some of us are going to be good at investigating and some of us are going to be good at convincing.
Yeah. So I just tell everyone, don't come back to the tavern. I don't want her seeing any of you and recognizing you from our group earlier coming in. Okay.
Sounds good. Does anyone want to come with me to do a little investigating? There's not another tavern.
No, this is the only one.
I'm quite good at noticing small details.
Investigate is
something I'm good at.
Let's go ahead and stroll over to the general store.
All right, we will start with Felicia, and I'll
Okay.
get back to you guys in a moment.
Okay. So I am going to just walk into the alleyway to the right of the brass bolt, and I'm just going to find an area that looks completely secluded.
All right, make me a stealth check as you search for a hiding spot.
I got a 14.
All right, you're fairly confident that you're sneaky. You find a little spot in the alleyway, and you are hidden.
I'm going to shapeshift into an elven woman with long black hair.
All right. What were you wearing before you shapeshifted? Because that will be the same.
I think I've just been wearing some simple,
just like traveler's clothes.
Simple white robes.
Oh, simple white robes. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not going to. Actually, I have I just have like a kind of cloth, like a shawl, like blanket sort of thing with me, and I'm just gonna put that over my shoulders.
Okay. Cool.
And I'm going to go into the tavern.
All right. As you walk into the tavern, make me a perception check.
Sorry, I'm 18.
18. Okay. You just catch the tail of the cloak that you saw earlier move around the corner of the staircase going upstairs.
Okay. I'm going to kind of just like calmly but swiftly walk up the stairs after her.
Are you attempting to not be noticed by her, or are you just being casual?
I'm being casual.
Okay. As you walk up the stairs, you see her approach. There's only a second floor to this building, not three. You get to the top of the stairs, and there's a hallway, rooms on either side, and she walks all the way down to the end. Just as you get to the top of the stairs, you see her there, maybe a few steps away from her door at the very end of the hall. And she begins looking at her key. She double checks it, puts it in the lock, and opens it.
I'm going to just kind of stroll, pace around, look at the doors, and let her get in the door.
Okay.
And when she does, I'm going to continue kind of casually moving, and then. Go ahead.
As you attempt to look casual, make me a deception check with advantage.
Oh. That's a 25.
Okay, yeah, you blend in real good.
Okay, so once she does, I'm going to continue moving and get down to her door, and then just give a very kind of musical and soft series of knocks. So it's basically to not sound threatening.
Okay, make me a performance check.
19.
Okay. You hear some rummaging around inside for a moment, and some mumbling. Slightly grumpy, muttering maybe. And the door creaks open a little bit. You hear a chain rattling on the inside that has locked the door closed. And she peeks one eye out and says, yes. Who is it? Who is visiting me? What do you want? I'm not buying anything.
Hi, miss. I don't mean to startle you, but I'm wondering if I could have a moment of your time. It's about something important that I think you might be very interested in.
Are you trying to get me to come to the service at the temple? What is this about?
No, it's much more interesting than that. I I couldn't help but think that you might be interested in this paper, and I very softly just pull out the paper and show it to her while keeping a very tight grip on it.
Okay. Make me an intimidation check with advantage.
Whoop! Sorry. I'm having a situation. Oh. Thank God for advantage. That is a 23.
23. Okay. The chain gets really tight as she kind of grips the door and she looks at you. Her eye kind of widens a little bit. She says, "You were with that group from before. How are you? Who are you? What are you?" And she hasn't closed the door on you yet, though. She's interested. She's engaged.
I just, with the most genuine look I can, I just kind of lay my hand on the wall and say, "I promise you, I mean no harm. I just want some information. I'm hoping we can talk."
Are you a friend of James?
We may be. We want to
You
know
are
more
or
about
you
him.
aren't? Are you a friend of James?
We are.
All right. Make me a persuasion check. Or actually, yeah, make me a persuasion or deception. Your choice. With advantage.
Oh, that's 20.
All right. With a big bonus, I assume, as well.
Yeah.
She glances at you. She narrows her eyes a bit. But you can hear her breathing start to settle. And she reaches up, she unchains the door, and opens it. And now we will switch to the other group. As the door closes behind Felicia, the camera pans out and zooms in on the general store. Who is entering the store first?
I mean, I can be in the lead if no one else wants to.
All right.
Go right ahead.
As the door is
Pretty
closed...
well looking as a group anyways.
Yeah. As the door is closed now, the shopkeep, he opens the door slightly. He looks around. He's looking for somebody in the group. But Drost is so big, he blocks pretty much the entire doorway. He says, "Oh, you again. You bought a ration from me earlier. Thank you for your business. Can I help you with anything else?" And he throws the door open.
Hello, sir. We are a traveler who do many jobs. We see you need item found.
Oh, you're here about the job listing. I see. Yes, thank you. See, I had this precious family heirloom stolen. I'm hoping you can recover it for me. It's, well, why don't you come in? We can discuss it inside. And he ushers you all through the door. As Nikarth passes through the door, he kind of glares at you for a second, but he doesn't say anything about it, and he just lets you.
Oh wait, I thought I was actually.
Oh, right. You're so in your room. I'm sorry. Okay, you're not there. That is my bad.
Yeah.
Forget.
Yeah,
At this point, I'll probably order another one or two of those.
Right. Okay, if you're going to do that, yes, you're gonna order room service.
I'm leaning into my flaw. Yeah.
Okay, roll me a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
All right, I'm expecting to fail this miserably. Oh, surprisingly good. 12.
All right, actually, you hold it down. Maybe you're getting used to this. You're fine. I mean, you're definitely drunk off your ass now, but you're not vomiting or having any issues yet.
So I'm just
you're having a
sitting there
good time.
Cross-legged, going.
Oh yeah, no, and the barkeep will take
Just
6 gold
swaying
pieces
back
from
and
you,
forth.
and she's very happily washing the dishes as she witnesses this display. The man in the corner
Just sitting
reading
on a table.
Yes, the man in the corner reading the book kind of looks up at you, perhaps a bit annoyed at first, but he just goes back to reading his book. Back to the general store. So it is Nala, Drost, Milos, and Karik there, the 4 of you? Okay.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
I hear no objections, so the 4 of you enter, and he sees 2 Goliaths and 2 decked-out artificers with their big, steel defenders, and he thinks you're very impressive, so he, all right, so you all are here for my job. That's good. This heirloom, and he checks the door real quick. Looks around, looks out the window, kind of making sure no one's listening in on the conversation. This heirloom was my father's set of scales for measuring the items in the shop before he sold them. It's actually made of solid gold. It's a very impressive work of art for us in the merchant trade. It's probably the cream of the crop, really. And it was stolen. I don't even use it. It's never been on display. It was in the back of my room. I know I don't use the scale. But it's precious, so that's why I don't use it. But the point is, no one would have seen it, and it somehow was stolen. So I'm worried for my safety, first of all, but I'm also worried for that heirloom. I would like it back, and I'll pay you handsomely for it. I mean, as handsomely as I can for not having much sales around here, but maybe I could offer you a discount in the future as well, if you are wanting some business still.
Sure.
Definitely would be in my good graces.
What do you have any idea as to? Does anyone else other than you know of this?
No. I mean, I kept it in the back. As you could probably tell, it's one of my flaws. I'm not particularly social. I'm pretty much the only one who ever goes back into my quarters here. So I'm not really sure. There's a window in my room, but maybe somebody saw through there. But it was kept in the back. It's not like it was out in public display or anything. Unfortunately, I don't have a better lead than that for you.
Do you mind if we take a closer look?
He kind of freezes for a second, and then says, yeah, I guess. Yeah, of course, come on back. And he...
Not to intrude,
No, I understand. It's what you need to do for the job. I understand. He opens the door with a creak, and a smell comes out. It's rank. It's not good. There is just garbage on the floor. He does not take good care of himself. You can tell. It's kind of a problem. But yeah, it's kind of a mess. It's going to be not fun to sort through. But he has a one-room little place in the back. There's a storeroom where he keeps his goods. And then there is his little quarters. That's his room. He's got like a little stove, a bed, and things like that.
Right. Is it obvious where the scale was? Yeah.
There is a dresser where he keeps obviously most of his clothes, and there is dust across it with like a small hole in the dust on the top. Like there was something there.
Yeah, I guess we'll start investigating. There's a stove, but no chimney, right? So just windows.
It's a magic stove. Yes. Even if he would like to not have a magic items, it was the only thing he could get to work in here.
Basically, investigating windows, locks, anywhere where dust might have been pushed away.
All right. Whoever wants to can make me an investigation check, or you can all help somebody make one investigation check with advantage.
Well, I'm fully confident making my own.
Yeah, I just rolled one.
Alright, so I guess we're doing individual.
Yeah, everybody can roll investigation.
I rolled a 17.
I got a 16.
I got a 16.
All right. Lemmy, are you going to roll, or are you just going to kind of watch the door? What's your plan?
I am going to roll.
Okay, go for it.
Give me a second. Just put roll d20, right?
D20, add your investigation score.
Remind me this guy's name again.
Abe Bentley.
Abe Bentley.
Yes.
Nice.
And then investigations.
More like Babe
I haven't
Bentley.
Oof.
Yes.
My investigation is shit.
In one of my other campaigns, whenever a player makes a pun like that, we have the whole party take 1 psychic damage, and I'm really tempted.
I don't want to be in that party.
You want everyone to die at the worst
shit.
possible time.
Okay, 20 minus 1, 19. So, you all are just...
There's me.
You're just a collective machine, just like churning through this garbage in this guy's room, and he's not even going to watch you. He can't watch as you go through his things. But you find the window specifically has a lot of scraping around it, as if it was forced open. And outside, there's not a lot there. It's just kind of a dirt patch. There's another plaza back there. You can't see much through the window. But you can tell there's not a lot in that corner by the general store. It's a pretty empty little corner.
What about, is there anything up with like the roof above it, like the sill? Any scuff marks, scratches?
Pretty much like the entire edge of the window. It doesn't look like a professional did this. It looks like somebody who was kind of desperate to take advantage and get this shiny gold thing you can see through the window. Is kind of the
I'll
best
go
you
ahead
can
and
gather.
point it out to him.
All right, he says, "Oh, okay. I guess I better get to replacing that." And he immediately just walks off and brings back a hammer and nails and a little saw and says, "Well, I guess. Is there anything else you need to look at in here while I get to work, or?"
Quick question.
Yes.
When did you notice it was gone? Was it like you woke up and it was missing, or you went out for some errands and came back and it was gone?
Honestly, this was very fortunate timing. Thank the 12 for your arrival. It was just this morning I noticed it missing. Actually, when I woke up a few hours before dawn, I would say I was unable to find it when I woke up. And it's always the first thing I look at when I wake up, so I would have noticed it.
All right. Are you a deep sleeper by any chance?
Unfortunately, yes. Well, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it. I rest very well. But as I wake up very early, I go down very early as well. Perhaps that's part of my lack of socialization around town.
I see.
Hey, stop making fun of me.
It wasn't intentional. I didn't even think of that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm
All right. So, yes. Would anyone like to check out back? Are you going to look around the room more? What's the?
I definitely want to check out back.
All right.
I'll get out of this messy ass room. I don't
Right.
like being in here.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like not quite enough for me to make you make Constitution saves or anything, but it's pretty bad. It's uncomfortable.
If
As I investigate, I prestidigitate things on my way out, trying
All
to
right.
hide things up where I can.
He grumbles at you a little bit as the use of the magic, but he recognizes how much the smell has receded, and he'll let it slide. All right, so you make your way around back.
Yep.
Outside, around back, which you couldn't see from inside the window, there is actually quite a lot of footprints in that corner. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. It definitely was not somebody who was particularly trying to be stealthy, or at least not very good at it. There's actually also a rag on the ground next to the footprints. Just in full display, right there. Anyone want to make me an insight check?
Sure. 5.
Insight.
All right. No one else?
Just one just one person, or anybody?
Anybody can roll.
All right, 17.
17. All right, Drost is the first to...
2.
Oof.
Hell yeah.
These two artificers are all facts. No, not enough feelings in your investigation. Whereas Drost he has a heart. He looks at the ground. He's kind of interpreted the events that's taken place here, and you can tell somebody kind of spotted this thing very quickly, and didn't prepare at all, and just wanted it. And this piece of cloth actually looks to be part of like a torn cloak, and by the way it was the dirt on one side and the clean on the other, it looks like they probably pressed it to their face to help with the smell once they got in through the window.
Nice. Anything specific about the cloak? Anything recognizable?
It is a deep red, like a deep, like a very like a crimson, like a nice deep red. It's not a very nice material though. It's a pretty shoddy material, but it is a nice color. The footprints kind of fade off into the rest of the footprints here. There's a lot of business that comes through this plaza. You can actually now see back here the blacksmith area. The portion of it that is outdoors, there's lots of hammering going on again with these automated hammers that are kind of just churning things out slowly. This time, though, instead of floating hammers, they are little hands, much like the brass bolt you saw. These mechanical hands actually holding the hammers directly and using them. There is a gnome overseeing this in the back. So yeah, that's the plaza. Everything else is pretty standard little buildings.
Okay. Can we see through the window into the place? Into
Yeah,
the room?
in fact, the window directly in it, actually across the room from the window, is the dresser where the scale was.
Wow, very hidden. Is
Yes.
he in there right now?
Yeah,
Aiden?
he actually waves to you a little bit. He's looking through the window as he's he's got some lumber and he's actually sawing it in his room at the moment to try and repair the windowsill.
That's all right. The sawdust might take some of the smell.
There you go.
I'll hold up the cloak and point at it.
He kind of glances at it and he takes a minute and looks at it and just shrugs.
All right. I'll turn to the rest of the group. Let's see if anyone recognizes this.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
So you want to talk to the guards? Do you want to just talk around town? Do you want to walk around town and see if you notice anybody, or what's the plan?
First of all, I'm going to hand it to Carrick
All right.
Oh, okay.
and say, "You talk."
Okay. First things first, I wanted to walk back into the shop and ask Abe one more question. One last question. What do you know about James Barker?
James Barker. James. I don't recognize the name. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm not a very social creature.
Insight check.
Okay, go for it. You may roll insight on that. Go for it.
Invoke.
Man, there's nothing that says D&D quite like yelling insight check at me.
No, there isn't.
I got a 17.
A 17.
In
You
that
actually,
specific tone.
you actually can tell he's not even. He's kind of underplaying his social issue even more than is reality. That's what you gather.
Oof.
Trash
This is
boy.
a dark mirror.
So he keeps the shop, and people come in. He doesn't even ask for the names. He didn't even ask for any of your names. He just does business and lets people go away.
That's perfectly fine. I don't see what's wrong with that.
Gotcha. So I don't think he's lying.
No.
Okay. All right. Never mind then. Have a good day. We'll let you
as
know if
well.
we find
and
anything.
good luck. I do hope you find it.
Thank you. And I head out.
All right. I think, unless anyone else has some last minute things to fit in, we might close it here. If anyone has some
That's a
more
good idea.
fluff at the brass bolt, you gonna order any more drinks, Nakarth?
Do you think you'll have time to finish out what's the Felicity's whatever her name is?
Don't Felicity me.
Hey, it's Felicia. We all know that.
Yeah.
Felicia. I'm not Felicia either. Okay.
Whoops. My bad.
I'm curious to see what's going on with her, so if we have time for that, I'd be down.
I feel like that's going to be a lengthy interaction, I would say.
A lengthy
I mean-
interaction I'm going to have to plan first, yes.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Guess who's Felicity from now on?
Oh, no.
Don't you dare.
I'm sorry, Charlie. I
Hey,
didn't mean to.
It's better than the hag corpse fucker.
Oof. Yeah, that's you.
Jeez.
Forgot about that one. Mana Yomi the hag shagger.
Oof.
The Haggard.
And on that note, we will end it for the evening. Thank you all.
Monetized.
I hope you all had a fun time.
Oh right, I forgot this goes on YouTube.
Yes, it does. You're welcome, everybody, and good night.
Oh no.